Loading and firing the musket is probably the most important lesson a soldier can learn. New recruits are taught the loading procedure in 9 counts. Prepare to load. Load. Handle cartridge. Tear cartridge. Charge cartridge. Draw rammer. Ram cartridge. Return rammer. Prime. Shoulder arms. Ready? Aim. Fire. Having the sequence well drilled into the soldier means fewer mistakes and more firepower on the line. A veteran soldier can load and fire 3 aimed shots per minute. A single soldier is like a single bee or ant. They only become really effective in groups. They stand and support each other.
Shoulder, arm. Firing by file. Commence, fire.
Companies can give fire in a number of ways. For a constant, sustained fire, they fire by file.
Cease fire.
The company also has a 1-2 punch that kicks like a mule.
The company will fire by rank. Rear rank, ready. Aim, fire. Load, front rank, ready. Aim, fire. Load. The company will fire by music. Commence, fire.
Generally, when coming into engagements, they fire a volley for effect, and then the men fire at will to get the most lead possible into the air. A regiment of about 400 men can fire more than 1,200 rounds per minute and sustain that until their ammunition is gone.
This is the light 12-pounder Model 1857 cannon, nicknamed the Napoleon for the man who pushed its development, Emperor Napoleon III of France. It could shoot a 12-pound iron ball a mile or more. It could shoot bursting shells into enemy concentrations to kill and disable soldiers. It could fire canister, tin cans filled with solid iron balls, into charging soldiers at point-blank range. The Napoleon was a very effective weapon, the most widely used artillery piece on both sides of the Civil War. A good gun crew can fire 4 aimed shots a minute with the Napoleon. But it takes, under ideal conditions, 10 men to do it. 2 men, the highest ranking, are full-time observers. One, a commissioned officer, is the chief of section, commanding this gun and one other. The other man, a non-com, is chief of the piece and commands this gun. Both men watch the effects of the firing and order changes as needed. 2 more men are stationed some distance behind the gun, where they take care of the limber and its ammunition chest. Still another man runs back and forth, carrying ammunition up to the cannon. 5 men are stationed at the cannon, but only one of them, the gunner, has a title. The rest are simply numbered. The gunner gives the orders to load and fire the cannon. It is he who actually aims the gun, using a brass sight but relying mostly on knowledge and experience. He chooses the right ammunition, estimates the range, judges the elevation, and calculates the effect of wind on his shot. And he does it almost instinctively.
Ready? Fire!
Once fired, the gun has to be cooled off and cleaned out. So, while the number 3 man thumbs the vent, cutting off air to anything burning inside, the number 1 man of the crew sponges out the barrel. By this time, the ammunition carrier has brought up another round ready for loading. Each round of ammunition is made up of 3 parts: a flannel bag containing 2.5 pounds of black powder, a wooden disc called a sabot, and a 12-pound iron ball, all held together with metal straps and cords. When this package is rammed down the barrel, the powder bag winds up directly beneath the vent. But while the sponging and loading are taking place, the gunner is setting his sight, gives the order,
Ready?
grabs his sight, and moves back out of the way to watch the shot. The flannel bag is pierced from above with a sharp metal pick, exposing the gunpowder for instant ignition by the primer, which in this instance is a hollow copper tube filled with a gunpowder compound. A twisted wire runs through the tube at right angles. When the wire is pulled, friction ignites the priming powder, which sets off the larger charge of gunpowder. The primer tube shoved deep into the vent and held there while the lanyard takes the strain. And the gunner shouts the order to
Fire! Load!
the gun is made ready to fire again.
Ready? Fire! Load!
Half my men are down. Most of the rest are wounded. The left is too thin, sir.
How are we fixed for ammunition?
It's almost gone.
Sir, we're running out. We don't have much left to shoot with. Some of the boys got nothing at all.
Sir, what do we do for ammunition?
Sir, my boys have two red muskets and they're firing back with them.
Sir, we ought to pull out.
No, we can't do that.
We can't hold them again, sir. You know that.
Well, if we don't, they go on by and over the hill and the whole flank caves in.
Sir, here they come.
Well, we can't run away. If we stay here, we can't shoot. So let's fix bayonets. We'll have the advantage of moving down the hill. They gotta be tired, the Revs. They gotta be close to the end if we are. So fix bayonets. Ellis, wait, Ellis, you take the left wing, I'll take the right. I want a right wheel forward of the whole regiment.
What, you mean charge?
Yes, but here's what we do. We're going to charge swinging down the hill. Just like we pulled back this left side of the regiment, now we're going to swing it down. We swing like a door. We're going to sweep them down the hill just as they come up. Understand? Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ellis, you take the left wing, and when I give the command, I want the whole regiment to go forward, swinging down to the right.
All right, sir. Fine.
Move. Left wing, right wheel.
Right wheel!
Charge.
Sitting Bull requested this council. We await his words.
Take your soldiers out of here. They scare the game away.
Very well, sir. Tell me then, how far away should I take my men?
You must take them out of our lands.
What precisely are your lands?
These are the lands where my people lived before you whites first came.
I don't understand. We whites were not your first enemies. Why don't you demand back the land in Minnesota where the Chippewa and others forced you from years before?
The Black Hills are sacred land given to my people by Wakantonka.
Very convenient to cloak your claims in spiritualism. And what would you say to the Mormons and others who believe that their God has given to them Indian lands in the West?
I would say they should listen to Wakantanka.
No matter what your legends say, you didn't sprout from the plains like the spring grasses, and you didn't coalesce out of the ether. You came out of the Minnesota woodlands, armed to the teeth, and set upon your fellow man. You massacred the Kiowa, the Omaha, the Ponca, the Oto, and the Pawnee without mercy. And yet you claim the Black Hills as a private preserve bequeathed to you by the Great Spirit.
And who gave us the guns and powder to kill our enemies? And who traded weapons to the Chippewa and others who drove us from our home?
Chief Sitting Bull, the proposition that you were a peaceable people before the appearance of the white man is the most fanciful legend of all. You were killing each other for hundreds of moons before the first white stepped foot on this continent. You conquered those tribes, lusting for their game and their lands, just as we have now conquered you for no less noble a cause.
This is your story of my people.
This is the truth, not legend. Crazy Horse has surrendered with his entire band. And by his surrender, he says to you and your people that you are defeated. And by ceding the Black Hills to us, so say Red Cloud and the other chiefs who demand that you end this war and take your place on the reservation.
Red Cloud is no longer a chief. He is a woman you have mounted and had your way with. Do not speak to me of Red Cloud!
I suppose you are the only chief, then. Sitting Bull is king of all the Indians. Humility is one of the 4 virtues of a Sioux chief. Sitting Bull shows his true nature now.
I have had my say with you.
And I have had my say with you.
Then we will have a fight.
So be it.